Shalom, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yashar, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, to teach you, welcome, teach all truth and sincerity. Um, this is Isaiah chapter 44, verse 1. It says, "Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen." It says, "Thus saith Yahweh that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, you know, Jashuan, Yashawan, which means upright, whom I have chosen." Because, you know, Yahweh Bashan Shai won't forsake Israel. He always holds up his bargain on his part, and he will always, what's the word, save Israel. Or, you know, read verse 3, it says, "For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I'll pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring." Because the Most High, like it says, he doesn't forsake his righteous servants nor their seed. Um, but verse. I'm gonna skip to verse 6. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, power, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts. Um, um, I am the first, I am the last. Besides me, there's no power." Um, yeah, there's uh, no power higher than Yahweh. You know, um, and Yahweh, his name means he exists. He existed before anything, and he he could protect and feed his nation. You know, if it's his will. You know, I'm gonna skip to verse 8. It says, "Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time? Have declared ye, even my witness? Is there a God besides me? Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's no God. I know not any. So there's no God besides Yahweh. Yahweh is his name is higher than any name. He's the most high. He's the highest power of all. Um, I'm gonna go to 21. It says, this is Isaiah 44:21. "Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me." So the Most High is not gonna forget his servant, his children. You know, he will always um he'll never forget his oath that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He always uphold his oaths that he made. I'm gonna go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and accept, O man, the furnace of adversity." Um, we have to go through trials and tribulations to be purified, just like gold is tried in the fire. Just to get the impurities out, we got to go through the spiritual fire just to get, just to kill our old man, so we can be acceptable in the eyes of the Lord. Um, but I'm gonna, well, I can go skip down a little bit. But this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear? and was forsaken, whom did he ever despise that called upon him? So that's the answer is no. The Most High always took care of his servants, took care of his nation. He never forsook anyone that called upon him. He always held up his end of the bargain, always took care of who needed the protection at that time. Um, but this is Psalms 37 verse 25. It says, "I have been old and now am young, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread." And um, the righteous have always been taken care of by the Lord. He never forsook them, nor their seed, nor their children. He always took care of their families and them. I'm gonna go to Romans 15:4. It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope." So all things, all the history of our people, of our nation, of our forefathers, all that's there written for us to read and learn. Learn how they operated back then, and use that information and model after that example of that righteous path. Um, but I'm gonna get this one scripture. This is Isaiah 45:17. "But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh for everlasting salvation, and ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end." You know, salvation is only for Israel, basically, and the Most High is not gonna forsake His nation. You know, He's always gonna leave a remnant to be saved. You know, so the whole nation can, uh, what's the word? Share in that deliverance. You know, sharing that yeah, sharing that deliverance, basically. You know, because when the elect get delivered and bring back the nation, all Israel will be righteous. Our people will be all righteous then. You know, and she'll inherit the land forever. You know, so I'm gonna say all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostles, Ray Millstone, citation you I can teach all truth, sincerity, and shalom.